All right, this is the first unit. This is the first topic of Unit 2, first lesson, and this is day 1. In this lesson, we're talking about characteristics of functions. Everything we do is about functions, and we're going to start off with doing some function notation and writing functional statements. So in this lesson, I'm not going to talk about the warm-up. I'll talk about that in the next video. So we're talking about independent versus dependent variables. A dependent variable is a variable that relies on the other one, whereas an independent variable is the one that you can change. So independent variable, like in this case, could be like how many shirts you buy, and the dependent variable would be how much they're going to cost. The more you buy, the more they're going to end up costing. So dependent is dependent upon how many you buy. So that's really what this lesson is all about. So that's the difference between dependent and independent, and I actually just used the exact same example that's on this paper. So it's about buying shirts. The buying shirts is the independent, and the dependent is how much they're going to cost all together. All right, so then we went over these questions, and we identified which ones are the independent and which ones are the dependent. Total cost was the dependent, and how much candy you buy was the independent. And the same goes for all of these, and what you should have known is that in all of the functional statements, the dependent came first. Because in order for it to be a functional statement and make sense, you have to say the first one is dependent upon the second. Otherwise, if you say the independent is dependent upon the dependent, it wouldn't make sense. Alright, so then getting to the homework. Nope, here we go. We have something else before that. So dependent variables. So we got total cost of buying 5 pool tickets is the dependent, and the price of each ticket is the independent. So I forgot, now we're given the two variables. Now we're asked to write a functional statement. Well, as I just mentioned a second ago, a functional statement always has the dependent variable going first. So this would be the total cost of buying 5 pool tickets is dependent upon, well, in this case, we're going to write is a function of the price of each ticket. This question is going to be the number of gallons of paint needed is a function of the area to be painted. Because is a function of is the same thing as is dependent upon. Alright, so in this homework, so you're going to be figuring out how much amount of swimsuits is going to cost. If you're given one swimsuit, you're going to have to pay $40 because of that shipping. So one is $40, and then you would continue labeling the points going up. And then it's going to ask you questions over here about will you connect the graph? That's question number 5. And you're not going to connect the graph because it's not possible to buy a half a swimsuit. And this is what we call a discrete scenario. It's not continuous, it's discrete. Because you can't go to a store and buy half a swimsuit. They'll look at you like you're crazy. So choose any relationship from your table and write a functional notation. So continuing the same pattern, 40, 40, 40, 40. So 2 swimsuits is going to cost $80 and so forth. And you will plot the points like so. Choose any relationship from your table and write a function notation. So f of 1 equals 40. I chose the very first point. Circle the point that correlates to this relationship. That would be this one right here. What is the meaning of your order pairs in the context of the problem? That means one swimsuit costs $40. That would be the context of the situation. Question number 5, notice I'm basically telling you the answers and not writing them down because hopefully you're not just copying and pausing the video. Should the points on the graph be connected? No! They should not be connected because this is a discrete question. As I mentioned earlier, if you're going to connect these dots, that means there's answers in between 0 and 1 swimsuit, and that's not true. So this is a discrete question. You should not be connecting the dots. Look at the graph and the points you applied, and what is the meaning of 5,200? That just means that buying 5 shirts is going to cost... So I'm sorry, I said shirts. Buying 5 swimsuits is going to cost $200. That's what 5, 200 represents. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.